What's up guys, Dan back with another video for you. So today we're going to be talking about this. This for me is the Pixel to get this year. It's the 4A 5G and I'm going to let you know all about it right after this. Welcome back guys. So as you know, I had the Pixel 4A, I've had the Pixel 5, now got the Pixel 4A 5G, and for me this is the pick of the bunch. Now don't get me wrong, the Pixel 4A at $349 is an absolute bargain. But this is also a bargain, where it's $150 more at $499. What this does, it takes the cameras from the $699 Pixel 5 and brings them down into a larger Pixel 4A and added 5G. Now you're probably thinking, well, what does this mean? Well, what it means is you're getting a phone that's kind of the best of both worlds, slap bang in the middle, especially if you're wanting a larger screen device. So let's talk about the device first. So with the original Pixel 4A, which was LTE, you don't get 5G obviously, and that came with a 730G processor by Snapdragon, whereas this 4A 5G actually shares the same processor as what the Pixel 5 does. It's the Snapdragon 765G, very powerful and capable processor, great for gaming, things like that, but also fantastic on battery life, and it also shares that in common with the Pixel 5. You're getting really good battery life out of it. The battery on this is a little smaller than the Pixel 5, it's 3800 milliamp hours, but gets me through a day easy, without a sweat. I come home and it's no problem, it sits there all night, go on charge, I put it there when I go to bed, and boom, it's just, it's nowhere near dead. So this is an easy all day, and probably with my usage, at least half a day the next day. The Pixels this year have really brought it with the battery life. Outstanding when it comes to that. Also with the 4A 5G. So Google did it a bit strange this year. The 4A LTE version, the $349, had a 5.8-inch display. And then the flagship, which is the Pixel 5 at $699, that has a 6-inch display. The Pixel 4a 5G has a 6.2-inch display. So it's kind of confusing, but the Pixel 4a 5G does have the bigger display, and it does make a difference to me. I do prefer it over the 5 because I've got that little bit more real estate on the screen. And I know it doesn't sound a lot, but when you got the two together or you're actually just using it, it's great. It doesn't share the same 90Hz screen as what you get on the Pixel 5, but what it does have is a really good 60Hz panel. So it's not, jarring going from the 90 to the 60. It's really not that much of an issue whatsoever. The display on the Pixel 4a 5G is really top notch, even though there is no notch. It's a hole punch, just like the others have been. So yeah, really good screen. If you're looking for like an XL version of a Pixel this year, the 4A 5G is the one for you to go for because you're getting that screen estate. As with the other Pixels, the fingerprint sensor is on the back, and yep, it's super fast, just like the other Pixels, the 4A and the Pixel 5. I love the way they've gone back to this. They've gone back to putting a rear-mounted fingerprint sensor. It's so much faster, so much accurate. It's just a far better place for me. I know the under-screen fingerprint sensors are cool and all, and it looks good, and it's kind of sleek, but it's nowhere near as fast, nowhere near as accurate. I'd be quite happy if every phone manufacturer went back to doing that, because for me that's the best logical place for the fingerprint sensor. So another thing that you get with this is 6 gig of RAM. And the 6 gig, obviously the Pixel 5 has the 8 gig, but the 6 gig really isn't an issue either. But yeah, 6 gigs of RAM, this thing flies. It doesn't get stuck on anything, it doesn't hang up or hiccup or anything like that. It's just a really smooth, really nice, user-friendly device. It's just really good. Now, like before, I was saying that the 4A 5G also shares the cameras from the Pixel 5, and that's a big thing because this year Google went with a wide-angle camera on the Pixel 5. On the regular 4A, you just get your regular single sensor, but you get the dual cameras on the back of the Pixel 5 this year. So what you get this year is your standard sensor is a 12.2 megapixel standard sensor. Then you get a 16 megapixel ultra-wide. And they do both take really, really good photographs, especially with the ultra wide. It's nice now, instead of having the telephoto. I know a lot of people like the telephoto, but I think more people do prefer an ultra wide. Like on the Pixel 4 from last year, they went with the telephoto lens instead, and a lot of people were like, I would rather have had the ultra wide. Well, they've listened to their fans, and yes, they've gone with the ultra wide, and it does take some really good pictures. If you've seen my Pixel 4a and Pixel 5 review, I'll link them down there. There's some pictures in those videos, and you can see the quality of them. They're just very, very nice. Really are still the best for photography. But I will say they need to try and move on, because this is the same camera module as they used in the Pixel 2. And we're now on, this is like the 5th generation of Pixel, and they're still using the same camera. And I know, it's all about the software with Google, and what they're doing with such an old camera is amazing, but the pack are catching up. So when it comes to Pixel 6 or Pixel 5a, I'm hoping that they do move forward with another sensor, and then they can pull ahead again, doing what they've been doing for the last few years with the Pixel, making it, without a doubt, hands down, the best photography phone on the market. Front-facing camera that's in the pop-out is an 8 megapixel, same as what it is on the Pixel 5. Absolutely no problems. Again, great for selfies, portrait mode, nothing touches it. Fantastic camera. It does charge via USB-C, it's 18-watt charging, comes with the cable, and you do get the charger in the box at $499. That's pretty impressive, considering I know another company that charged double for the phones, or up to double, or a little bit over double, and don't give you that, because it's great for the environment, but they'll sell you a separate one for $45. What? Now, with the 4A 5G, it comes in black. Now, if you go on Google's website, it also says it comes in clearly white. That version, as far as I know, anywhere isn't available yet. The clearly white is not ready to go. Hopefully it comes soon, but right now it's black, so it's just like the 4A. I know they've just done a barely blue version, but it's black, and it's the unibody plastic, exactly the same. It's really well built. It actually feels a lot more premium than what the price suggests. Plastic phones for me nowadays are not the same as plastic was years ago. Plastic phones years ago had a lot of flex. It was very thin. It was a cheap plastic. Google have gone all out here, and they've really made the Pixel feel premium while using plastic. I really do like the feel of the Pixel 4a 5G. So when it comes to recording video, you do get 1080p recording, 30, 60, 120 and 240 frames per second. You also get 4K recording. This is on the rear cameras, by the way. You also get 4K recording, and that is at 30 and 60 frames per second. Front camera, 1080, 30 frames per second. That's what it's limited to. But still, you get some decent video. And video has improved this year with the Pixels. They have done a good job of making that look better. It was the downfall, the video of the Pixels. Don't get me wrong, it's not like in the iPhone territory. iPhones are still top when it comes to video, and Samsung's, your Note line are coming really close to the iPhone in video. But it's a good improvement from Pixel, and it's showing that they're looking at it and they're going in the right direction when it comes to video. So yeah, I absolutely love the Pixel 4a 5G. It sits right in the middle of the two price points. The Pixel 5 is $499, the Pixel 4a is $349, and this is $499. And like I say, for me, it's the pick of the bunch. You get the really nice screen still. It's bigger than the other screen, so if you like the larger phone, this is going to be more than capable for you when it comes to that. The build quality on it is very similar to the Pixel 4a, but it's very nice still. So I have seen some larger news outlets, let's call them, say that this is a boring phone and Pixel really needs to do something special with this. I don't think this is a boring phone. I think it's minimalist. It's not a fingerprint magnet, even though you can see some of the grease on the back of the phone. But I think it's a really nice design in an age where everything's got to be glass, heavy, bulky. This is really lightweight, considering the size of the phone, and I think it looks really nice because it's just all one piece. There's no seams or anything like that. It's not like the Pixel 3a where you had a large forehead, large chin, them horrible bezels, and the body kind of flexed on it. This thing is solid. It really is solid. I'm very, very impressed with it. So I wouldn't take much notice of people saying, oh, it's a boring phone. It's not a boring phone. It's actually a really well-made device. So yeah, for me, the Pixel 4a 5G is the one to go for. Sits pretty right in the middle of the other two. You get the processor and the camera from the $699 Pixel 5, but you also get the build quality from the Pixel 4a, but you also get a larger screen on top, plus 5G. So this for me is the best Pixel this year to go for. $499, I think it's standing alone right now at that price point for value for money. Best camera for photography, like I was saying. So if pictures are something that you like to take with your Pixel, then, you know, for under $500, you're going to get real flagship performance with great photography. All right, guys. Catch you in the next one.